everyone. I want you to take a look at this article. Environment Canada to invest in Bill Gates inspired sun-blocking technology. So Environment and Climate Change Canada, ECCC, released a 5-year plan aiming to curb climate change by investing in technologies that literally block out the sun, something that Bill Gates and George Soros have been encouraging for years. Well, we know who these two are, don't we? We very well know what they are. So the idea, as reported by True North, was outlined in Science Strategy 2024 to 2029 plan. The Liberals' report reveals a plan, understand the potential for climate engineering, and determine the implications of technologies that aim to deliberately alter the climate system, typically to counteract climate warming, e.g. solar radiation modification, marine geoengineering, carbon dioxide removal techniques. Okay, so Environment Canada is also experimenting with cloud whitening, which uses the sea salt to brighten the clouds above the ocean to increase electricity and reduce solar absorption. First of all, that will light up the silver screen, won't it? It will just light it up. On top of that, they say they're going to invest in Bill Gates and George Soros' strategy. Well then, here's a question. They've been doing this since 2008, so who's responsible for it? Because we've all seen these chemtrails in our skies for at least the last 10 years, but they're only going to invest in it now, right? Some claim that the use of aerosols in our stratosphere could make climate change worse. Again, let's go back to the 10 years of doing this to us already. 2023 billionaires Bill Gates and George Soros promoted the idea of using solar modification, which involves reflecting the solar radiation away from the Earth by injecting aerosols into the stratosphere. Did anyone study as to what's in these aerosols? Do they actually ask themselves about the fallout of these aerosols that's raining down on humanity? But these are the same two that want population control. Make no mistake about that. Okay? So, they're raining down aluminum, barium, strontium, blood platelets of lamb. That, on top of us, is baller. I want you guys to take a look at this next video.
Solar radiation. The goal is to reduce Earth's temperature by 1.5 degrees. To achieve this, we need a shading layer of immense proportions, 2.5 million square kilometers. To put it in perspective, its size falls between that of Saudi Arabia and Argentina. Leading this climate innovation is the Technion Asher Space Research Institute in Israel. Our effort involves developing a groundbreaking mission with a small spacecraft designed to prove the feasibility of the shading solution. Reaching L1, opening the shading layer, and controlling it by using only the solar radiation pressure. The spacecraft will move back and forth between two equilibrium points without a propulsion system, simply by opening and closing the shading layer. Offering a minimal risk, our unique, cost-effective approach paves the way for scaling up to the full-size solution needed to cool the Earth and mitigate the effects of climate change. What's more, it's reversible, giving us the flexibility to adjust or remove the shading as needed, providing a constant and controllable climate solution. Cool Earth. Together, we can save our planet.
Chemtrails cause mind control. Well, what people don't realize is that your consciousness is governed by light. Light comes in through your eyes and hits your pineal gland.
You have to have that.
And you have to have it. And the pineal gland is the center of consciousness. It's the center of the soul, Descartes said. Okay? And so light, the color of light, changes your consciousness. And if the sun is changing, then it's possible that our consciousness is changing. It could be that the changing nature of the sun over the last 20 years is what's causing the Great Awakening that's happening. And they know that the Great Awakening is happening. Previous to our other conversation about archons, what if the archons realized that this changing nature of the sun was going to wake people up and they're going to find out about them? What do? That's what they do. They spray the skies. Everywhere. I have a friend who just was traveling through Europe last week, 2 weeks straight in Europe. I go to Europe all the time. I used to never see chemtrails in Europe. He said the skies were filled with them. I have a friend who lives in South Africa, Michael Tellinger. Same thing. He tells me the skies are filled with chemtrails now. It used to just be the United States, he said.
There's no clear days anymore.
There's no clear days anymore. And they've upped it. I don't know if you've noticed, but they've upped it. It's now much more spraying than there used to be, say, 3 years ago.
Right.
And the spraying is different. They've really gotten sophisticated. This is some of the
everything.
Thicker, like that middle cloud there in that photograph. They've really gotten good with their with whatever technology they're using here, because now the skies are blocked all the time, and
that's more than one plane.
That
right?
is, I've seen 17 jets in the sky at once. Counted 17 jets in the sky. This is just a few weeks ago, and I think they're drones. I think now they're just
doing drones,
just drones flying back and forth. And how much does this operation cost? I ask you. Gazillions? I mean, how much can it cost to fly planes all over the earth, dropping aerosols on top?
And why do they hide this? Why do they suppress this?
Because we'd panic. We would go into a panic if we found. Also, if they're suppressing our consciousness, then they don't want us to.
Our King Jesus didn't bring us this far to abandon us now. You were called. You were chosen. You were knit together in your mother's wombs, fearfully and wonderfully made. We are called to serve. King Jesus bless you all.